Do you match your roller? Oh my God, I do match my roller. What the heck? Can you see? Oh wait, can you see me? If I lay down and my camouflage and I have a light blue ball, what is happening right now? All right, my loves. Mama Linda's gonna go rogue. All of you are invited to go rogue, right? Anytime that we do something that you're like, my body doesn't really actually need that one. Do something that actually feels good. Use the time for what feels good. Yeah. Lisa's doing some PT stuff, right? Like whatever you need, this is the time to come together and really give back to your body. Let's find our breath. Let's tell our nervous system that at least in this moment, we cool, we good, we can chill a little bit. As you're on your roller, for those of you that are following along, arms are more or less in line with the shoulders, and you might add that little baby shift side to side. You might even get a little snap, crackle, pop back there. Nice. Amazing. Ah, big breath. And we'll go ahead and take one or two more breaths here. And for those of you that are arms extended, maybe a little cactus, bending the elbows, something that you practice regularly. And if it, for some reason, it's like, ooh, that's too much in the shoulder or in the chest attachments, AKA the pectoralis, go ahead and take those arms extended out wide again. Yeah. And for those of you that are like, ooh, yes to cactus, can I get a yeehaw? Maybe starting to add your earth angels, inhaling, taking the arms up, and then exhale, pulling them down by the ribs, and really allowing gravity to be your friend here. Yeah. And while you're doing that, can we relax the jaw? Can we allow that breath to become even more spacious? I literally look like a cloud today with my onesie. So, imagining allowing the breath to be inspired by the vastness of the sky. Nice. And we'll go ahead and take another one or two earth angels if you are earth angeling. And then we'll go ahead and deposit ourselves off to the side. Never graceful, but that's cool. That's cool. And we'll take the roller the opposite direction. And if you have a hood or a braid or a cat or something that might get in your way, please make appropriate adjustments. And we'll just take a few rolls up and down that whole spine. And I'm going to encourage you to really support the neck here. I like to have personally my elbows going straight up to the sky. So it's almost like I've made a hammock inspired by M with my head. And then I want you to really go slow and really push the weight into the roller. And again, you might get a little snap, crackle, pop, self adjust in one of those places. Good. Notice your breath. And maybe another couple of breaths, couple of rolls. Maybe even the biggest breath of your day so far. And if you're like, I am loving my roller and I really want to keep rollering, I love that we keep turning things into verbs. You are more than welcome to do that. Um, you potentially, either with roller or with a yoga block or a rectangular stack of towels, can put it, and it's going to go, take a peek, see real quick. It goes right here, basically to the back of the ribs. When you get into position, and the block, I will say, is a little intense. Um, the head might need a little support, like with a little towel underneath it just to lift it up a little bit. But getting into a position that feels like Titanic, like that yoga block actually feels a little too much for my body. I'm going to try the roller. That might be a little too much too. But I can take my hands behind and just find a nice little hold, open heart. It really is like Rose on the Titanic, just like, oh. But if you have a stack of towels or blankets or pillow, you can actually take it underneath the kind of shoulder blade area and just find a nice wide open position that you can let go a little bit more fully into. And we're going to hang out here in stillness, relative stillness, for a few breaths. And I just want to remind you, because I know you know, I know not only do you know, I know that you're experiencing this, which is life has been lifing. The swirling energy has been swirling, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to be a human right now. It's a lot to be alive right now on this planet. So I want you to go ahead and give yourself permission to do a little extra emphasis on your exhale, that release. And everyone is muted. So if you need to make some extra sounds or sighs or wails, not whale as in the ocean, but just, right? Just like there are a lot of traditions that actually wail, when we're experiencing grief. Um, so whatever you need, permission to let it go, to unravel, to unwind, and feeling into the support that's underneath you, feeling the support of everyone that has shown up tonight, feeling into the support of you saying yes to showing up to your practice with a love reminder that every single one of you is so, so, so deeply loved and appreciated. And in the next breath or two, we're going to dismount whatever you have underneath you. We're going to take it fully out and we're going to meet on our backs. And if you had something underneath you, you're going to be like, whoa, there's so much space back there now. Do you feel that? Do you lay back down? Good. Notice the difference. Just like, whoa, wow. Isn't it crazy? Oh, and then very lightly, we're going to touch the thumb and the index finger. We're going to take a full inhale and a full exhale. You're doing it perfectly. And then move the thumb onto the middle finger. Inhale and exhale. And then moving on to the ring finger. Inhale and exhale. And then moving on to the little finger. Inhale and exhale. Good. Restart at the index finger. Slow the breath a little. Inhale. Yes, and exhale. Middle finger, inhale. And exhale. Ring finger, inhale. And exhale. And little pinky, inhale. And exhale. One more time through, index finger, inhale. And exhale. Middle finger, inhale. And exhale. Ring finger, inhale. And exhale. And little finger, inhale. And exhale. And then let that go. Just taking a moment just to be in your humanness and embracing this idea that you get to be fierce AF and vulnerable all at the same time. Maybe even giving yourself a little subtle smile. And go ahead and take another big breath here. And then we'll slowly, gently roll onto a side. And if someone's at the door. wanting to come in to join us. Hi, Kai. If you're wanting to grab a couple pillows, we're going to do a little shoulder heart opener there. And it's just nice to have that little extra support. Yeah. Can I tell you a story about poor Kai and his nervous system today? But let's keep our nervous system. He's good now, but he had a moment earlier. As you lay on down, we're going to go ahead and pull the bottom shoulder out, get the knees in line. And top hand is going to come over heart. Let's start to circle through that elbow. So poor Kai. We were on a little WALK earlier. I can't say that word because he knows it. And somehow, somebody, I did wish this person some karma, I'm not going to lie, but somebody spit out their gum in the grass. And guess who stepped in the gum, friend? Could either keep the elbow going or switch to the fingertips. Yeah, you guessed it. Kai stepped in the gum. And poor little sweetie pie lifted up his paw like, oh my God. And what you may or may not know about Kai is he really, really dislikes his feet being touched. Like, I don't know what it's about for him. Hi, I know I'm talking about you, buddy. I know. He's like, why are you telling me a secret? These are your ladies, Kai. They understand. They love you. Good. The next time that you take your elbow or your fingertips to the side, keep your heart to the sky. Drop on in. Let the shape support you with some gravity added in. So anyway, he lifted his little paw and I grabbed a poop bag and I got as much gum as I could because he let me do it one time. He trusted me. And then that was it. And then we walked along and I could tell, friends, I could tell that he had I know I see you. I could tell that there was still some gum on the bottom of his foot because it was a little sticky to the concrete. Go ahead and take one more big breath there. And then if you have the top arm extended, very lightly, so lightly, give a little gentle squeeze back behind that shoulder blade, teeny weeny, and then just let it go. Good. We're going to take this to the second side. You're probably just going to roll over. Yeah. Oh gosh, Kai, that's a little too much, buddy. Good. Pull your bottom shoulder up. I'm going to lead you through this one because someone's excited. Pull that bottom shoulder out. Take your top hand to your heart and just start to circle around. So anyway, story continues as you circle around. We got home and I left him in the garage because I really didn't want to, I really didn't want him to be walking in the house with gum on his paw. Could either keep the elbow going or switch to fingertip. So I had him in the garage and I went and got the wipes. And again, if you know Kai, you know that normally he would just run at the sight. So I got down low on the floor with him and petted him for a while. And he was like, I'm really suspect. And I had a big TREAT with me. Good. And the next circle or two, maybe take that sacred pause, adjust anything, and just let go. And I was able to get in there one time, no problem. And then this poor little guy, it was like I was trying to kill him, friends. He got so small and he stayed close to me laying down, but he just couldn't. He is like, I want to be a good boy. I can't do it. And then I got one more in there and he just almost had a complete internal meltdown. Yep, I know. He's fine now. But anyway, just to say that we all have things that disrupt our nervous system. And the difference with dogs is that they usually shake it off, right? Yeah, as people, sometimes we hold that a little bit longer. So anyway, permission to let that shit go, girls, is what I'm trying to say. Kai said, let it go. In fact, he almost sang a little Disney song to you right there. On the arm that's extended, maybe a very, very light little squeeze of that back shoulder blade, really small. Oh, yeah, right? And then just let that go. Kai's like, okay, you told my story correctly. Now I can leave. We're going to go ahead and release your props. We're going to meet back on the back. We're going to give just a little love to the hips and the low back before we do the feet request. We're just going to kind of connect a few of the dots here. So let's meet hands to knees, little baby circles around. And then we'll go ahead and reverse direction. And then mom came home and Nair was like, let me see if I can. And he was having a fit. And I said, oh, please don't. Like, a little nervous system. But anyway, she did get to touch his foot. I think we got the majority of the gum anyway, in case you were curious. Hey, some little in, out, and around circles. Good. Allow the hands to do all the work here. And then simply reverse direction as you're ready. And go ahead and take a nice big breath. Good. And then finding left leg crossed in a figure four of your choice. And for funsies, we're going to travel a little to the left. Notice how it's a little bit more open there. And then notice as you come back to center how that feels. And then go a little teeny bit to the right. That one's way tighter, right? So along that continuum, where does the stretch feel the most? Can I say superb? Yes. Where does it feel the most superb? I can't tell you the last time I used that word. Superb. Yeah. Good. Take another huge breath here. And then if the right foot happens to be up, let's pop it on down. Plop it on down for a twisted figure four, arms open wide, hips bump lightly left, right foot also bumps lightly left. Big inhale, exhale, slowly release the legs as a unit towards the right. Your right foot can pull in towards the sits bones. That left foot might be hovering. You could definitely slide a pillow or a block or a roller if you wanted that support. And then any other little adjust so that you can find that deep let go here. Amazing. And just notice what it feels like to keep arriving in your physical body here and now. Let the thoughts flow. Let the breath flow. Take one more big inhale, exhale. Lightly engage your abdominals. Bring yourself back to center. Unbump, uncross. And then right leg crosses in a figure four of your choice. As you get into position, once again, just take it a little bit to the right. And again, just notice like, oh, there's so much more space over there, isn't there? And then back through center. How does that feel? And then just a little bit, as my mama would say, a shwiya to the left. Good. And then find the best place. Amazing. Yeah. Ah. And then if your left foot is up, let's lower it down. Bump your hips lightly to the right and the left foot lightly to the right. Big inhale, exhale, slowly release the legs to the left. Left foot as you land will come in a little closer. Any other little adjusts or putting something under the right foot if you want. I like to hover sometimes. Sometimes my body will allow me to touch. Other days it feels better just kind of hanging out. And then letting go, especially shoulder blades. There's no help needed there. You are good to go. And just a little love reminder to your brain, your heart, and your body that you are literally doing the best that you can. Offering yourself a little extra softness, gentleness, compassion for it all. One more big breath and then engaging those abdominals, gently come back to center, unbump, uncross, and maybe one quick little happy baby or anything else that your body needs. And we'll find our way into a seat. Woo! I see some rock and roll energy going on. Okay. I also see some slow roll energy happening. I also see some I'm not getting up energy, which is, it's all wonderful. You see some let me fix my hair energy going on. Let's rub the bottom of that foot when you're ready. And you get welcome, of course, to put some pillows underneath you if your hips want a little support. And then take a gentle fist with the opposite hand and from a rocking stance, go ahead. Did you think I was going to say rocking horse? A rocking stance? Isn't that so funny? Word association. A little press through. Good. And then we'll simply swap our sides, and you might give yourself a little shimmy or some little windshield wipers in between, giving a nice solid rub to the bottom of the foot. And no rush when you're ready, a little gentle press with that opposite fist. And that fist isn't a light formation. Did you just think of Beyonce when I said formation? Isn't that so funny? Association. Ladies, let's get information. All right, my love muffins. We're gonna take the ball to the feet. And if you're like, you know what, Heather, I am so cozy on the ground. I'm literally just gonna take my ball and roll it here. That's awesome. It will be a little less intense than the standing version. But if you don't want to get up, girl, don't get up. If you do want to get up, it might be helpful to lightly hold on to something. Um, What's more important than the holding on, although again, you're welcome to for balance if you want, is that the leg that's standing is really close by with a soften in the knee. So what you want to avoid is like getting into a weird position. So it's right underneath you. It's your stable base, knee soft, and then you're in control of how much you're pushing into the ball. And then once you have it, if you are looking down, just look straight ahead or around. Your body actually knows where it is with the ball down there. You don't have to give yourself a neck crick. Did I just say crick? I did. Maybe a little power stance with hands on the hips if you're not holding on. I don't know, maybe just for fun. Nice. And maybe you want to explore just a little bit more of the sole of the foot. Maybe there's a place that you just want to kind of hold and press into and breathe. Ah, and if you're like, well, gosh darn it, this just feels delightful, um, maybe add it to your to-do list for tomorrow. Like get out that ball and roll the foot, literally for 60 seconds per foot, you know? Second side when you're ready, with that reminder that your standing leg is super close by with a soft bend. And starting a little less with your pressing inward. And then as you kind of get things going and warmed up, you can press more intensely if you want. And if you happen to look down, that's cool. That's what naturally kind of happens. But then you can take your eyes center or look around a little bit. Take a big breath. Maybe be like, wow, Heather, you look like a cloud today. I hope you saw me when I was on my roller, by the way. I don't know how camouflaged I was. Good. Another roll or two or three. And a little bit goes a long way, friends. Just true of a lot of stuff in life. Yeah. Well, go ahead and release that ball. If you have a dog that lives with you, you might want to put it somewhere other than the floor, perhaps. Although, you know what's funny is Kai does not mess with this. He understands that it's not his toy, but interesting. Those of you that are standing, just take a little gentle sway. If you're seated, take a few little circles of your torso. Soften the gaze. If you're seated, get both directions of your circle. And we'll do a quick run through of our chakras before we close tonight. You're welcome just to bring your attention. You're also welcome to bring your hands and touch. Starting at the very tip top crown of your head, noticing the energy, clearing any blocks, and a wish for more moments of wonder and awe in the midst of it all. And to third eye, right between the eyebrows, noticing the energy, clearing any thoughts, and a wish to turn up the volume on that deeper intuition that is always there, even when it's underneath things. And then to throat, noticing the energy here, clearing any blocks, and a wish for communication, expression to be authentic and free. And to heart, noticing energy here, clearing any blocks, and a wish for an extra big pour of love and compassion on top of your heart. And to solar plexus, noticing the energy here, clearing any blocks, and a wish to stand even more firmly in your confidence and your power in a soft way. And to bellies, noticing energy here, clearing any blocks, and a wish for all of us to process more efficiently and gracefully so that we can come back to our internal experience and strength. And last stop will be sacrum, noticing the energy here, clearing any blocks, and a wish for all of us in an ever-changing world and in our ever-changing selves that we may continue to feel a sense of groundedness in the groundlessness, to feel a sense of earth energy, of sacred feet on the ground in the midst of all the changes. And as you're ready, we'll go ahead and press palms together at the heart center in front of you, hands in namaste, with a love reminder that the humanness in me sees the humanness in you. And as always, como siempre, sending you off with so much love and gratitude. Namaste.